My fellow admirals, it is that time of the year. Well, that's what one of my colleagues always used to say when it was time to go home. It's that time of the year. So, shout out to you, Mzi. I'm sure he'll never watch this, but anyway. So, the thing that we now need to do is deliver some gasoline or fuel to the racetrack. It's finished now, so we certainly will see some more people coming to visit. Well, I guess it'll be the same amount as before, but still, we can pretend now that it's done, people are really interested. Also, very, very interesting point, the racetrack obviously does not demand any more construction materials, so this needs to go somewhere else and fast. So I think instead of rerouting the station, we can just use some trucks to do that. I think it'll be fine. Let's just get that done, because the mission will be over in just 5 years anyway. So we have to save a lot still. 25 million is the goal. So I'll just put this here somewhere. That covers it nicely. I'm sorry about the buildings again, but that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess. Okay, well, there we are. Anyway. So another one here. Hopefully this will help the fact that we made the road wider here, so our trucks will just move in there. It won't disturb the tram line at all. So then I'll just create a line from here to here and say this is Indianapolis construction. That's all I can fit in, so that's fine. Then we just add a few vehicles, otherwise this whole line is just going to stop producing. So the Mac AC, that seems to be the best choice. So construction material, let's get 5 of them, or 10. There's me and my 10s again, but anyway. I think it is good because we need to actually start shipping a lot here to make some good money. Then the second step of this now will be to connect the oil well to the refinery, and then somehow we can maybe share this station. I think that will help. So we can just actually connect the track all the way up here and then somehow just split off there. I think that will do. So let's actually build the stations first. So this must be a cargo station or a freight station, because we're picking materials up here. Should it be better on the other side? I wonder. Oh well, let's just put it there. Then also one on this side. This now has the catenary, but that's alright. It is the time of the electric train now. Something like that, and then just a short little hop to the road network, and that should cover it. No, okay, that is an issue. How far does it get? Down there. So what if we sidestep this section of road? Does it help at all? Nope. So there's a couple of choices now. Do we move the station? Yes, I think we do. I'm not going to put a truck line here just because of that. So it should be then somewhere here, I would say. There we go. Then we just curve the line back to the oil well. I would like to try out the bipolar, but I think it's a bit expensive for just delivering oil. Okay, it doesn't want to do that, but it will accept this. Okay, it's a bit of a weird bend there, but anyway. Then it just has to continue down and maybe behind the construction materials factory. And then crossing the road like that. Straight down into the station. Again, I am a proponent of having multiple trains running on the same track, just because, let me just finish this quickly before I start yammering again. So one there and just one there as well, in case the other one is in the station. Just because, you know, a track like this, 99% of its lifetime it lies empty. Nothing is happening here. Then you have a train zipping by and then there's nothing again. So your infrastructure gets very little use. And that's why I'm just thinking there's a, you know, obviously an object can't occupy, two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. But with a train line, there is so much space, you can have many objects running down that line. Well, it's a strange bit of reasoning there, but it just shows that I do like having multiple trains. Anyway, I'm just repeating myself. Let's just finish this. I need to put the catenary up here if I am going to actually have an electric train. I'm not sure that I will, but I just like to have the option at least. Okay, so a line would be in order, and this would have to go from the oil well to the refinery and back down to the racetrack and then back. That will do. So I'll just say this is fuel delivery. Then we have only $3 million. That is a problem. I'll let it run a little because I would like to have more than just one or two goods wagons on this train. No, 8 million is too much. I'm sorry. Just stick with the Atlantics for now. So luckily now we just have to use the tank car, and I'm gonna set it on automatic because luckily the game is smart enough to know if you ship first crude oil to the refinery and then fuel to the destination, it will switch automatically. So let's just buy a couple of these. Just too short. See if we can get a bit more. Almost. That always happens if I'm waiting for money. At the last second it disappears. So let's just get the train running. No need to wait here. Time is of the essence. This one can be a bright red for the fuel. I don't know. Something like that. Flammable. Warning. Definitely don't want that to catch fire. Wow, look at all these people. That is nuts. And Stellaris has an event happening there. I'm glad they do. I should try and play that on this channel at one time or another. Then what's happening? There's a lot of people waiting here. So many. I think we might need to do something about the buses. But again, now we're broke. I only have the max though. But if there's customers willing to pay, then who am I to stand in their way? Ah well, million down, that's no good at all. Is something... no. I was just thinking, is this a fuel one going on the wrong line? But it's already left. Here we go, nice speed there. And now that I don't want to buy anything, the money is suddenly in the bank again. So let me buy another 10 of them. For some reason I do love 10, but there we go. And I think it's justified. They can only carry 9 people, and at this point we have 38 waiting. So, and at this crazy station we have 32 waiting for the normal bus. Actually, we can do with another tram. You see, I was saying this was going to be a crazy busy line. And just as I bought the buses, the Schneider becomes available. But that's alright. Certainly not unhappy about that. Let's get another 4 trams. The people are very eager to go to the races. And I certainly don't blame them. Okay, it's got some crude oil. And it will swap it, but of course the oil will take a little while to first get refined. We already have some people waiting in Chicago, oh no, for Chicago in Detroit. It might actually be a good idea not to build a bus line here right now, just because this train doesn't have a huge capacity. It's only 38 and there is already waiting more than that. And it doesn't even cover many of the houses. I wonder if it's possible that people who have cars will drive to the station and then leave the car and hop onto the train. I've never actually watched to see what happens. It would make sense. Let's say you live out here, then you would drive to the station. You have a car, at least most people by now have cars. Car owner, yes. And you sometimes do see how they, get out of their cars. Essentially, the car will be driving and suddenly it will disappear and there'll be a person. So I was just wondering, one day I must sit and watch there what happens if you ever get a car that sort of stops in front of the station and then vanishes. That will confirm that theory. Should make money. Can add some cars to that train a bit later, but we really need to make some more money. And what is this with the livestock? Okay, so maybe that's a place to work on it. There's too many goods waiting and not being shipped. I think this is the Atlantic, but it just, again, it's a bit heavy when it's full. If I had the money, this would be an awesome line for the bipolar. But the food is not actually getting shipped. That's another issue. Wow, that is nuts. Are you not? Okay, you need to seriously get upgraded as soon as possible. That is the priority before anything else. Otherwise, the livestock will anyway stop producing. And Stellaris has another thing coming up there, but that's okay. Let's see. So this will be food. How many can I get? Just max that thing out and stop. Add them to the other train. Set it on the food or meat delivery line and let it run. There we go. That will help. And Stellaris keeps coming up. They are absolutely adamant that I must watch that. There we go. Just paint them all yellow. Seriously, there is more demand than we can... Okay. Why? See, that was a problem. That means as soon as they cross that point, they'll always wait for the other train. I need to have a signal here as well. Now hold on, don't move now. Don't move now. Whew. Luckily he knows not to go further than that. Oh well, it's already got people in, so I'll let it run. I assume then most people here want to go to Indianapolis. Yep, and that is of course to go to the racetrack. So here we have a real issue now. We need more passenger capacity and fast. Another train will do, but I don't have the money for that and the years are slipping by. Where's that fuel train? Is it doing its job? It's a bit of money. Got some fuel waiting now. Okay, how many people do you have? 144. So I'm gonna hopefully buy another train like that. So this was the Atlantic, but maybe I should actually get the Mikado for this one because it goes slower, but it will better pull the wagons and have a better overall speed. Because those ones don't even reach 80 because they're so heavy. So let me get some money soon, hopefully. And this is the issue. I never just leave it so that it builds up our funds. I always keep spending more and more and more and more. Okay, do we get something? Oh, that's construction. Drops it off back to the city. So that line is certainly working, I think. What's happening here? Fuel delivery obviously is a new one. The Indianapolis construction with the trucks, that one hasn't delivered anything yet, so that should happen soon. There we go. Do I have enough? Not yet. Nope. Okay, we should have enough now. How much does this one pay us? 1.78 million. That is a nice figure indeed. Mikado, please. Thank you. And no, thank you. And then the heavyweights, which are not really heavyweight. I guess this 6-axle car is a different type of car because it's more a metal construction. The heavyweight parlor seems to be a wood construction. I don't know if it is, but it looks like it is, and that's more like the clear story passenger car. But they're all Pullman wagons, so I don't know. How many people left? You see, there's still 70 who want to go, and that means there is a demand. Fuel, okay, 3 of the fuel has now reached the racetrack. Yes, you see, they do swap. So if there's a full load of fuel, all the cars will be swapped to fuel. Come on, one is definitely not enough. How much? Only 19. No. We need at least one more. Preferably 2 more. Okay, speed it up, but I'm so scared we're gonna miss that deadline now. I really want to make it just so that I can say I actually did. It'll be quite ironic actually if in this mission I don't have the required amount of money, but in the previous mission, which actually asked me to not save up money, I actually had a huge fortune. But now I'm not able to do that. So you will be... What can you be? Let's say this light pale blue. They seem to all be blue, so let's keep it like that. Very nice. So that should make a bit more money. But okay, I just have to wait for the goods train, the night train. Okay, at least the overall system seems to be working. Fuel delivery, of course, is still losing. But luckily these losses are reasonably small. The others are all making nice profit. 3 million, 1.4 million, so that's nice. Now I have to be much more conservative with my spending, just in case we have a chance to make it within the time frame. But then again, you know, that's where the reading the fine print really helps. The fine print or the medals ask us just to have the racetrack open before 1925. So after that we have eternity to gather $25 million. Because the mission doesn't end then. But still, just for the sake of it, I'd like to try. Okay, it's making money. We already have 5, so we only need 5 times that. I'd also like to know if anyone who watches this in the future has ever been to the Indy 500 and whether they enjoyed it and what it was like. Since we're building the track now, or have built it, it would be interesting to know. It's again, you know, the power of this game, and any good game really. It prompts you to try and find out more about the events that it discusses or deals with. Okay, what are you advertising? It's the mixed soda again, and I think that is a museum. I don't know, Museum der Mensheid? I don't know. It's the Museum of Mankind or something, if I'm reading that right. Okay, you're running and you should be... Well, it's generally breaking even, that's okay. 41 fuel. So it is certainly speeding up now, so I'm glad the deliveries are increasing. So after that, only one more and we've made that goal. And I think we've shipped enough people now to the track, but we might actually, you know, the clock on that might only start once we actually finish the fuel delivery, but then the infrastructure will be in place at least. And it's so nice to have the trams run without... Okay, some of the vehicles do actually interfere with them, but for the most part they use the middle two lanes. I wonder, is it possible to add like a bus lane to this? But I don't know, would that work for trams? Do we even have a bus lane? No, we don't. That only comes later. Then we can sort of reserve that lane. Although I have seen cars use it as well, especially when they need to turn. Night train is zipping by. Don't get caught. 11 million. Come on, people. 2 more years. Actually less. Should only need 1 more shipment of fuel, then that will be done. And at least we can say Detroit got some love. Not much, but at least it is part of the network. It's a busy place. Can just take all of these red numbers away. I like seeing the green ones, but not the red ones. Tends to flood the screen a little bit. You can turn all of this stuff off if you want. Then it's like you just see the visuals, which can be nice if you just want to admire your handiwork, but I guess for normal purposes having them all on would be better, or at least most of them. And that's the construction. The M300, I think that's the Skunk or something. It's a self-driving rail car. But it doesn't carry a lot of people, and obviously we are dealing with masses. Here we go, that should do that one. Come on, halfway there almost, well, more than halfway the money. So I think we can do it, maybe, or maybe not. But anyway, as soon as this is done, we can work on the money. Okay, it's gonna be the grand opening. 4, 3, almost there, and then again we'll need to ship the fuel to the city.
The big race can begin. All that's missing now is a mesmerized audience to watch it, and then to go away amazed and buy their own cars. Now we just have to ensure that the future customer of General Motors can make the journey to Indianapolis, even though they don't yet have cars of their own.
So this is the thing I was saying. This is now already done, but okay, the clock only starts now. But this will happen so fast. We just have to build a stop within this circle, but it's already there. And the masses are already moving. So this will happen very, very quickly. A tram can hold 11, so we just need 10 trips and Bob's your uncle, I guess. So April, I think we'll make that. Then I just can let the clock run a little bit until we have 25 million, and that will be it. Then for the first time we'll have all of the medals. Okay, 16. Come on, it's such a nice racetrack. Don't you want to visit? Be nice to sit here in the audience stands, pavilions, I guess, and just sit and watch the cars race. Another one, and that's now 31. We have 6 months left. Well, ish. I guess the smart thing would be to just put some fuel trucks as well on this line before the other one stops producing again. So this one can handle that as well, but let's just assign fuel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because it will be popular again. And which one is this? Construction. Oh well, gonna go on the same line because fuel is necessary for the industries as well. So there we go. Come on, 42. We're almost there. Are we actually gonna make it? Would be something. August. It is the roaring 20s now, so people are really, enjoying life. And there goes the thing again. Now, I'm gonna just finish this episode by the time of the mission conclusion, but I think that was not actually my buzzer. That's probably a message coming through. So you see the lines here, they clip a little bit when you're moving in and out, but once you stop they're stable again. Very interesting to find out how this game will develop in the future. I'll tell you one thing that I would really like, because I know now obviously through the workshop people can get new vehicles and things like that. So I think what I would really like to see from the developers is another campaign, maybe then as a DLC or an expansion or whatever the case may be. And maybe a good place to actually go would be like a Far East campaign, and that would be a very interesting prospect because there you will of course have the Shinkansen trains and the new Chinese high-speed bullet trains, things like that. I would be so interested in that, and then they could also maybe go and explore the history as well of the railroads in those places. China, Korea, Japan, maybe more Japan. I think that's the more well-known example, but certainly China more recently. Come on people, it's November, why are you all stopping right now with your transport? Oh, come on, don't miss this just in the last second again. It's the trucks. The trucks are actually using the same spaces as the trams. Ah, bugger. Go on, just get out of here, move. It's December 15 and we're not gonna make it. Oh my. Look at this again. Same thing, it's holding up the tram. It's only got 5 people, but it will help. Oh well, miss it out again. By 17 people. So there we go, another lesson for you if you're playing this on your own. Try to have this road clear. We certainly would have made it if the trucks weren't blocking the road. I should have gone with a station there, not a truck line. Oh well. History has been made, so the opening of the track is delayed just a little bit. Again. More bribes that must be given out, I guess. 1 person more. Oh well. And who's lucky number 100? Someone on this tram. That'll end the mission now.
Our racetrack has made the automobile so popular that General Motors sales have increased 4-fold. And thanks to our foresighted investments, it's worth a fortune to us.
So at least we come out on top anyway, because we have a huge share in General Motors, and of course they are a very big company, and back in the day they were even bigger relative to the others, I guess. So yes, now we have the automobile, or at least a as another avenue for us, but we have anyway. But I like how the story progresses. You know, we started with the trains, now we're moving to the automobiles, and in the next one we're actually going to move towards the air, because that will be what the mission is really about. So there we go, fourfold, and thanks to her it's worth a fortune to us. So we did miss out now on the reaching success as well, because the mission did end. In fact, I was wrong there. As soon as the last person is delivered. So either then the choice was making it before 1925, or actually, you know, just having the money. But now I'm just thinking here, what's happening here? Speed record. For some reason we did get this medal. Ensure that the first motor races can take place before 1925. So maybe what this means is you just have to build the racetrack. You don't actually have to deliver fuel and all of that before 1925, because why did we get it anyway? Then apart from that, the reach one, okay, I understand that we just missed out on that one. But the furtive one, we didn't get caught by the police. This is the thing I was saying before. For some reason I'm not getting this medal, but we did never, I mean the police never even showed up in this mission. Oh well. We did get it, so I'll just pretend like we did. So that's 4 medals for us in this one anyway. So we're getting better each time, so there we go. Anyway, join me for the next one. I hope you're still enjoying, and do play along. I mean, I think that's really the fun of it, if you can get all the medals and so on. I'm sure I'm not playing it the best way, of course I'm not, but I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So there we are. Have a fantastic day.